Hey, welcome back to the Effortless Expansion Podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you guys today about my biggest secret when it comes to manifestation. And I talk about this a lot, but this deserves a whole episode to itself. But before I want to jump in, I want to talk to you about what I have going on in my world right now. Right now, you can join me inside the Unruly Mastermind. This space is so transformational. I'm going to tell you, I was just in Boxer, coaching these incredible women, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. The things that we're discussing, the transformations that they're experiencing. The Unruly Mastermind is for women who are ready to do it differently, who are ready to shake it up and step out of the old ways of living, motherhood, relationships, business, doing it the old way, following the rules. Instead, this is about finding your own way, developing, creating, asking, co-collaborating with the universe to give you exactly everything you want and manifesting it. Your unruly way, your way. And we meet twice a month on Zoom for 75 minutes. And then we have a rolling Voxer, which we're in 4 days a week for anything that comes up. We're clearing energetic work. We're clearing anything that comes up for you that needs to be cleared. And what do I mean by that? Is holding you accountable. It's taking action towards the things you want. It's doing alchemy work on you, inside yourself. I'm doing my team. It's being in a frequency where you can be seen. It's safe for you to be seen and held and felt and show up fully as yourself to catapult you into your next level. And this is one of my favorite spaces. It's called the Unruly Mastermind. You can DM me on Instagram, Effortlessly Jess, or you can go to my website, jessicadoman.com, and check it out. It's such a transformational space. It's 6 or 12 month commitment, and this is because we're going so big in here and the transformations are huge. The next space I want to talk to you about is the unknown. You guys know this is my one-on-one coaching space. This is where I take you from where you are now to where you want to go. This space in between is called the unknown. I am a master at holding the void of where I am right now and where I want to be. In between this space is all about coming to the frequency and meeting yourself and your edges of what you want and holding yourself to all of the challenges, the tests, that come up between here and there. And so this is a space where we have the ability to talk on Zoom if you'd like. If you want the VIP option, or we're in Voxer. Just calibrating up. Again, doing energetic work, doing alchemy work, doing breath work. It's so beautiful. So again, you can find that on my website or DM me on Instagram. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. My biggest secret when it comes to manifestation. My biggest secret when it comes to manifestation is to act and hold the belief as if it's already done. It's already happened. You hear me say this, you hear people say this in the manifestation world, act as if it's already done. What the heck does that mean? That's what you're thinking. If you're watching or listening, what does it mean? It means if the very thing you want to manifest has already happened, it's already available to you. The thing that you said that you wanted, like the red car. I want this beautiful red sports car. I want it. And the minute I said it, I have it. It's sitting in the driveway. It's sitting out of the restaurant. Because I'm sitting here eating bonbons right now. Whatever it is, you have it. The biggest thing is when you ask for something, when you want something, when you have a desire, is actually believing that it's already happened, allowing it to happen, allowing it to come into you, meaning that you believe it's already on its way to you. Because here's what happens, and this is why this is the biggest secret in manifestation, is so many of us say we want things, right? We want the $10,000 months, we want the red sports car, we want the dream home, we want the dream marriage, but subconsciously we don't actually believe we can have it. And so then we get lost in this dance of, why isn't it working? What's wrong with me? It works for her, it doesn't work for me. I'm not special enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of that. And all this blah, 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 blah. BS that doesn't do anybody any good. And of course, the universe is not going to bring you the very red sports car that you want if you don't believe you're worthy of actually having it. So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to check yourself in this. Do you actually believe that what you want you can have? Do you? Because if you don't, you can't expect for the universe to give it to you. Because if the universe brings it to you, the thing that you want, when you don't actually believe you can have it, you don't actually think you're worthy of having it, what will happen is that reaffirms your belief that, oh, the things that I want, I'm actually not worthy of. And because I like feel judgment, shame, guilt for wanting these things, and they show up for me if the universe were to give them to you, then you're always in those feelings. And guess what? The universe wants to reward you with all the things that you want, because anything and everything is available to you and you can have it. But the universe isn't going to bring it to you when you're in lack, when you're not feeling good about yourself, when you're not in the joy and the prosperity that is available to you, when you're not in the frequency of like, shock me, I can't believe what's coming, all this goodness. When you're in the frequency of like, not good enough, and the universe brings it to you, then subconsciously your mind's like, well, I guess I'm never worthy of anything, but I still get it anyways, even though I'm not worthy of it. And there's like no joy, there's no fulfillment. That's not the point of life. In fact, the point of life is to be so freaking obsessed with your life that you're just radiating joy. You're radiating love, which makes the world go round. You're radiating and lighting up so many incredible people and so many incredible souls. You're radiating what it looks like for other people to show up in the world. You're radiating your joy, your mission, your magic, your passion, your purpose, what you came here for. And when you get in that frequency of I want this and I'm so freaking worthy of it, then the universe can't help but bring it to you. But it's in this, I ask for something and I believe it's already done vibe, that you actually get things, that you actually manifest things. When you're in the frequency of, I really want that, but I don't think I can have it because I don't see how it could happen. So often as humans, we get stuck on the how. You guys, in the heaviness that I've been walking through in my life right now, I cannot tell you how many things come up in that, well, how can that happen? How can that happen? And the universe is like, oh, little Jessica, anything and everything is possible. That is nothing for us. That little thing you're worrying about, oh, no, that's nothing. So I want to encourage you to believe whatever you ask for gets to be yours. And if you don't, if you feel little twinges of like, I don't see how that could happen, or like, oh, I don't know, I'm not worthy of that, or what would so-and-so down the street think? I want to invite you to explore those feelings. And that looks like, one of my favorite things actually that comes to me right now is to get out your journal and ask yourself those questions. Why don't I think I can have that? Where does this little twinge in my body come from when I think about the red sports car that I want? Oh, well, nobody in my family has ever had a red sports car. Nobody in my family has ever paid that much for a car. And if I have it, I would think they'd be judging me. And I think they would think I'm spoiled. And I think that people who drive sports cars have like an ego complex. And they drive too fast and they're not safe and blah, 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 blah. See what comes out when you journal those things. Because truly the biggest secret to manifestation is when you ask for something, you believe it's already done. It's like you're so freaking sure about it that like you're like, oh yeah, of course I want that, I'm getting it. Without judgment, without shame, without guilt, without like worrying about the how's that gonna happen to me? Or about worrying about the when is that gonna come to me? Doesn't matter, time is infinite. And so it's just, oh, I asked for that, I know I'm gonna get it. Do you know how many things, and I bet I'm going to invite you to actually look back here in your life, to close your eyes if you're not driving. If you are driving, come back to this. But close your eyes and think about how many times you've asked for something and you've gotten it like years later. Years later. Like when you even forgot you asked for it. I cannot tell you how many times, you guys, I've asked for something and it comes, like just really recently I asked for something, really recently I got something that I asked for like as a kid. And when I got it, I got this flashback to being a kid and asking for it. You know what that was? My house in Florida. And like I knew it was coming to fruition and I knew that I asked for it, right? But the way it came together couldn't have been more divine and more perfect. The way how effortless it was, when there was a lot of things that had to come together. When I think about all the things that came up in the inspection, when I think about how ridiculous the homeowner's insurance was just after the hurricane, and like we're like, well, we can't buy this house if it's gonna cost that much. And then all the places I called and all the people that worked together to get something to work for us. And how quickly we found a staging company. Just there were all these things, you guys, that I, my human, could not have done. And then we were on the beach. The first time we were back there in February, and I'm like, the universe was like, I got hit with this vision. My God just showed me this vision of me as a little kid sitting on the beach being like, I want to live here someday. And I don't live there, right? But I get to live there sometimes. It gets to be my home. And guess what? This whole situation I'm walking in right now, I could have lived in Florida full time. And we actually really considered it, but it didn't feel right. So sometimes the things you also ask for, yes, I got my house in Florida. Yes, I manifested that. And then I got a chance again right now to like, ooh, do you really want to do it further? Do you want to live there full time? You get a chance to have the clarity for it. The other thing that I manifested was this like purple water bottle. I wanted it and wanted it and wanted it. Like as in college. And I could never find this specific color purple, this like pinky purple glittery something. Well, I got it as a gift last year. And it brought me right back to college. Being like the only girl who didn't have one. And I got it as a gift because I asked for it all those years ago and the universe was like, oh yeah, here you go. The path of least resistance brought it to me. So the lesson here, the biggest secret here is what you want you get to have. You just have to believe you get to have it. Without shame, without judgment, without guilt. That you get to have it. That's it. You have to act as if it's already happened. It's already happened. Period. Because in a certain timeline, it already has. This dense physical body just has to catch up to that timeline, to that frequency, and it's there. Boom, you got it. The biggest secret when it comes to manifestation is believing that the very thing you want to manifest has already happened. That it's actually possible. Because, spoiler alert, it is. Think on that. Chew on that. Send me a DM. Let me know what you're manifesting so I can hear it. I love you. I'll see you in the next episode.